Hello. Welcome back to another video. Oh, today we're reacting to Things Are Getting Worse by Zook Davis. Yeah, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into what he's talking about, but yeah.
The change is a disaster. She's losing subs. She's losing views. The dislike ratio is out of control. This move is dumber than getting rid of Candace Owens. Daily Wire just
I will agree, dude. Getting rid of Brett Cooper was so stupid. Getting rid of Candace Owens was pretty in my opinion. Because Candace Owens had some fucking unhinged takes when it came to certain issues like climate change, which in my opinion is fucking stupid. She's like, "Oh, climate change. I can't trust the studies for climate change because I don't know who's backing them." It's like studies are studies and whatnot. And she goes on about like, "Oh, they don't update the fucking charts and whatnot for areas that have become concrete jungles." And I'm like, that doesn't change the fact that our ozone layer was being depleted. Like they literally did a study where the ozone layer was being depleted in Antarctica because of aerosol cans for hairspray that had a fucking chemical. I forgot what it's called. I've talked about this before. It had a chemical in it and it was very harmful to the ozone layer. They banned that shit, and then recently they watched the ozone layer again, and it is like already like 200 times better than it was before. Like it's literally fixing itself. And oh, but climate change isn't real is what some people will say. It's so stupid. It's real. We're fucking it over. Like you can look at the science and be like, "Oh, the earth is supposed to the earth goes through these changes naturally." Yeah, naturally, but we're introducing unnatural chemicals into the atmosphere which hinder it, which is the dumbest shit in the world. And it's like, yeah, we're fucking over our planet and our climate. We're dumping sewage into the ocean, all these harmful fucking things, plastic and trash. We see animals literally dying, turtles and shit because people don't, oh god damn it. People aren't doing the shit that they're supposed to do with the fucking, because then turtles are getting born and they're being wrapped into the beer can holders for the six packs and shit like that. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, dude. Anyways, let's get into it.
made the worst decision of all time. After reaching almost 4 million subs in 2 years, they decided to
Yeah,
just
that's
nuke the
just creepy
subs
as
into
shit. Like, god fucking damn it, dude.
the worst decision of all time. After
Holy
reaching
shit.
almost 4 million
Like this is creepy. They literally they literally replaced Brett with this bitch on everything. Now it's with Reagan Conrad, the comments section with Reagan Conrad, which is pretty fucking hilarious considering they had the headphones there for a hot minute and it was just the comment section. But now that Brett's out, they have to plaster Reagan here. She's a fucking bitch. She's a bitch. She's a fucking parasite. Holy shit.
subs in 2 years. They decided to just nuke the show by replacing America's conservative sweetheart with her
Yeah.
own best friend, who's the maid of honor at her wedding. Who allegedly
That's so
backstabbed her
fucked
for a
up.
quick buck, but we'll talk about that later. First, I want to look through some of the channel's new numbers. So when she first started subbing in, the views were pretty typical. I mean, nobody knew what was really going on. They were just like, oh, maybe Brett wants to slow down a bit. You know, Reagan was a pretty good cover-up. She sounded like Brett, did it the same way. And nobody really noticed. The comments were relatively positive. Like here she has a 600K video. She has a 400K video.
Well, all this was before they announced that she was leaving and before people found out that she was literally being trained to replace Brett. Her mannerisms, her speech, the way she talks, which is again her speech, the way she acts, everything. She's a pale imitation of the OG, of the original Brett Cooper.
Was doing okay as Brett's stand-in. Once the news came out, all the videos she's done after basically nosediving in views each video she
no
puts
one
out.
fucking
So this
likes
one
her.
did pretty decent because I bet you people couldn't just
fucking
wait to
creepy.
see if Reagan touched on the subject, introduced herself or whatever, and I believe she introduced herself in this video. And then after that, I mean, it's just not looking too good for a channel that has 2 million subs. It gets
losing
even
subs.
worse when you start to look at the dislikes. So there's a Chrome extension that allows you to check out each video's like to dislike ratio. I mean, it's insufferable. This is her latest video,
Jesus
2.7 to
2.7 to
13K. There's the
13K,
video
that's
before
wild.
that, 16K. I mean, her ratio is completely atrocious, which makes me wonder, I mean, is she seeing these numbers? I wonder if they're like maybe keeping her in a bubble. And
No, I
trying to
feel like
keep
they're
her out
sheltering
of
her.
her comment section. If she's looking at some of these comments and the views, I hope she has tough skin because it's not looking too good. Who knows? Maybe she realized the situation she's in, that she backstabbed her friend, you know, was replaced, and the audience isn't going to just fall in line. About a week ago,
No,
the
'cause
comment
no
section
one
had about
likes that
300K
shit.
more subscribers than it does now. She's lost 290K subs. Every
Goddamn.
day, just 10K, 40K, 20K. She's losing subs by the tens of, or not her, because she's just a stand-in. The channel's losing subs by the tens of thousands.
No. You can't say it's not her because she was literally groomed and trained to become Brett's replacement. So yeah, this is her channel now. We see it in the header that's the comment section with Reagan Conrad or whatever the fuck it's set up there. But she is now the face of the channel. She's on the fucking profile picture. She's in the fucking header. You can't be like, oh no, this isn't her. Like, yes, now it's hers. Yeah, it's owned by the Daily Wire, but she is now the face of it. So she needs to learn to come with terms that these are her fucking mistakes. Now, the action she has chosen has led up to this, as well as the actions that the Daily Wire has chosen.
So speaking about the comment section, I think it'd be apropos if we took a look into the shit show that is her comment section. One guy saying it's ironic that the only reason I clicked on the latest comment section episode is to read the comment section. Please rename the channel to the comment section without Brett Cooper. Oh my god, 30-year-old trying to act like a college girl? Did they just Joe Biden Brett and give us Kamala? This is like stolen
they
valor.
did.
She literally took the channel with 5 million
They
subs
straight up
and
Joe
said it's
Biden'd
mine.
us.
Like, be yourself, don't be Brett. That's a big topic of conversation going on now. Apparently she was given lessons on how to basically be Brett's doppelganger with mannerisms and how she talks, and
yeah, that's fucking creepy, dude.
There's a video, I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, I'll play it briefly so we can know a little bit more about the situation and what actually happened behind the scenes.
The Daily Wire is pushing Brett Cooper out, and so I go and look up her channel and I'm like, she's still producing videos though, what's going on? I started digging in and found my own source right at the Daily Wire, and now I've had even more come and corroborate it since I reported on it. And it's not just that Daily Wire is pushing out Brett Cooper, it's actually that Brett Cooper is under one of these contracts that has her tied to secrecy and silence, because now that they're terminating her contract, their arbitration clauses are coming into play, so she is in a secret court of arbitration.
In my opinion, if a company like we'll use the Daily Wire as the perfect example for this. If a company such as the Daily Wire is posing to be some sort of news outlet for the supposed to be like a new age news outlet, and they're supposed to be providing the news and shit, like the non-legacy news, and go against legacy media, if you have to sign an NDA, that's already a red flag. A major fucking red flag. If your contract has NDA shit attached to it, that's a major red flag. Because our news outlet's supposed to be about freedom of speech and freedom of the press. Why are you censoring your employees then? I don't know, it just seems a little odd, if you know what I mean.
Where she is under NDA and can't say anything about it while they spin whatever narrative they want about it. They're circulating around letters internally that are saying like, oh, Brett Cooper wants to leave, and that is not the case at all, apparently, according to everyone at the Daily Wire that I've spoken to. She had disagreements with Jeremy Boring over what happened with Candace, probably, and certainly more disagreements in terms of like the culture there and what's going on, and is now getting pushed out. They are promoting her best friend, who was her maid of honor at her wedding. They offered her a contract that was was
friend.
so lucrative she couldn't refuse it. Yeah, her producer was her bridesmaid at her wedding this year,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
fucking
apparently
wild, dude.
allegedly gave her acting classes to help her imitate Brett's mannerisms.
It's just weird
That's
stuff. It's
creepy
weird
as
stuff
shit,
because,
man.
you know, these guys,
That's
they talk about actually
parasitic
care about
as
your feelings
fuck.
and the truth is important. And one side of the aisle is a bunch of liars and actors and paid actors with ulterior motives to push a certain narrative. That's their whole shtick of the network that they're trying to create. Undermining one of your best talents, sneaking
like
behind your best talent to offer something to your
Literally what I
talent's best
said.
friend. The same way without a hit, you put them in acting classes to copy the person's mannerism and basically create a
She's
clone.
fucking creepy too, dude. Like her smile,
prestige and
it doesn't seem genuine. It seems
that
forced and it's
allegedly
creepy
her
as
friend was
fuck.
offered an amount that she couldn't refuse, so she went
At
ahead and
least
backstabbed
Brett has
that,
a
which then
nice,
led
like,
to
warming
Brett
smile.
unfollowing her on Instagram. Brett's
Nice,
mom
welcoming,
on
warming,
Instagram
motherly
actually liked her
smile.
comment that sort of
Reagan has a
validated the
pretty
idea.
fucking
This was like some
creepy,
malicious
forced
undertaking.
smile.
This is what Brett's mom liked on Instagram.
On December 10th, 2024, only a few hours after Brett dropped her last video, Diane Cooper, Brett's mom, confirms the rumors on Reagan's latest Instagram post. The proof is here on the subreddit on the r/Brett Cooper. On Reagan's most recent post on Instagram, somebody commented, "No matter how many acting classes you take or watch Brett's old videos, you will never be Brett. It's sad that you took the money and snubbed your best friend. I hope the amount of money DW offered was worth your friendship with Brett. You lost a good one." Apparently, Diane Cooper, Brett Cooper's mom, liked that comment, sort of verifying that, yes, like she's a horrible friend and she threw away a really good friendship.
Yep. So that basically confirms it. It was an
so
undertaking. This wasn't some
I'd be
mutual
pissed
thing.
if I was
where Brett
Brett's mom.
decided
I would be
it was time
fucking
for new
livid.
patches. They offered her friend a bunch of money. She took the money and said, forget Brett, this is my big opportunity. And now it's tanking. There's a bunch of smart, successful people that work at the Daily Wire. And to think that nobody thought literally just swapping faces with somebody that the audience has grown with and thinking that you can manufacture a copy of the person and that'll do good and people will be a-okay with it. Like, that's the biggest no-no in showbiz and entertainment. You don't just swap out a character and think nobody's going to say anything, especially when that character was beloved. You remember what happened to Brian on Family Guy? Like, and they try to insert another dog. It's like the biggest no-no in show business. So with that being said, do you think Brett's new replacement, Reagan, was basically set up to fail? What do you think is next for Brett? She already has a channel almost at 500K subs with zero videos.
Let's go.
And do you think Daily Wire is at a downward trajectory after under a year getting rid of two of their top talents in the most scandalous way they possibly could? Let me know down below.
That's
Catch you on the
wild,
next one.
dude.
I get around.
Holy shit, dude. Like, oh fuck. I don't understand how you can do that to your friend, man. Just immediately fucking be this fucking leech, this money leech, and think that people are gonna be okay with it. It's just baffling to me and wild. Yeah, anyway, like, oh man, it's so fucking disgusting, dude. Like, she's a sellout. Reagan's a sellout. That's just the gist of it. She's a fucking sellout, and that just proves that she'll go to any lengths for money, even cutting out friends and taking what they have built and taking it for herself for money. And it's pretty fucking disgusting, in my opinion, dude. It's just scummy and it's shitty on both ends for Reagan and for the Daily Wire. Like, if that's the case, fucking, like, and then making Reagan be like Brett, that's even fucking creepier and even more disgusting. Like, holy shit, dude. It's just a shit show altogether, and all the fucking dislikes and the ratios are well deserved in my opinion, because you essentially cut the face of the comment section out and try to put on someone else there, and then you have them wearing this like fake Brett Cooper plastic mask like it's the fucking purge and shit, and people are just not having it. And no shit, people are not gonna have it because no one asked for it and no one wanted it. People would have preferred to see the channel just die with one last video, with Brett being like, this is the last video that's going to go up on this channel because X, Y, and Z going on with the Daily Wire. And then the channel just ends. But no, corporate greed and shit. And like I said, he makes a great fucking point that the Daily Wire is supposed to be this like anti like legacy media where they're not paid actors, they're actual people giving their own opinions and their own political views and shit, and doing their own research. But then they do some shit like this where they're paying to have Reagan be a cheap copy, dollar store general copy of Brett Cooper. Like what? How contradictory is that, dude? That makes no. That's like God, dude. It's so hard. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to put into words sometimes because there's so many words and so many phrases and so many sentences that could describe just how stupid this shit is. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little reaction video. I will be leaving the to Brett's channel, or the link rather to her second channel, because I know the last video I did covering this, people were having an issue finding it. So I'll probably put it in the description. It'll be at the very top, so that way y'all don't have to siphon through all my other shit if you don't want to. It'll be the very first thing, and you just click the very first link that's up there, and it'll redirect you to the video. But yeah, anyways, tell me what y'all think of this. Do y'all agree with the Daily Wire's decision to essentially snuff Brett Cooper, go like a week where they had it be like just generic the comment section with the white headphones, and then now it's like Reagan is the face of the comment section? What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, all that YouTube sweetness, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.